beyond the corridors of power. You can actually smell that Emerson Mnangagwa's time is almost up. The men is numbered, or months they are numbered. And as I predicted, that I don't foresee him completing this term because of numerous things that have taken place in the past. And I must attest to you that in spite of all the noise that we are seeing, which may make people to predict the other way around, in fact, the wind is not going to where you see a lot of noise that is being made. I'm referring to individuals such as Wudawashe Takwirei, and it's a replica. It's almost a replica of what transpired in 2017. And on this live broadcast, I'll be taking you through signs that retired General Chiwenga is closer from taking over, and Emerson Mnangagwa is closer from leaving the levers of power. Number one, now a person like retired General Chiwenga, the perception that has been created out there by ZANU-PF and even all the machineries of ZANU-PF, they're giving an impression that he is a powerless man, that Emerson Mnangagwa is acting against him, and I mean, is neutralizing him based on the decisions that he is taking, political ones, to reshuffle the military. But I am of the firm view that as much as he is doing this, the decision for him to go has been made a long time back. In fact, it's just a matter of implementing it. I will state why. And also, it is known that Mnangagwa has been attempting to actually destroy the unity of the military. And they saw him coming a long time back. And I think on the other live broadcast, I indicated that the dossier that we have been talking about, I placed it on record on this channel for generations to refer to it in some years to come, because history is very critical. It determines the future. If you notice what was documented in the dossier, that dossier said it all. It said it all. It gave a clear signal to Emerson Mnangagwa. Did he listen to it? He did not listen to it. And I've emphasized that that dossier does not come from one man. Of course, they are attacking one man, and they are trying to actually put other individuals, thinking that these individuals are going to rebel against that man. If you want to see, Chiwenga knows everything is in control. Look at what he portrayed yesterday. Of course, expect it to be belittled by short-sighted politicians like Themba Mliso, pseudo-politicians. By the way, Mnangagwa created politicians because Themba has never been a politician. I'm sure his winning of elections was actually concocted by Emerson Mnangagwa, obviously, to carry out a nefarious agenda. If you look at the body language of retired General Chiwenga, as well as his wife yesterday, it speaks volumes. This is the man who has been wounded. This is the man who is publicly embarrassed almost on a daily basis. But he was just laughing. And even today, if you look at how he welcomed Emerson Mnangagwa, he's just a man who is calm, cool, and collected. Now, I don't believe that individuals such as Valerio Spanda can sell out retired General Chiwenga. And I don't believe that individuals such as retired General Chiwenga have stopped from having influence within the military. And I don't believe individuals like Anselam Senyate have actually stopped being influential from the military of Zimbabwe. These people are still very, very influential. And by the way, I'm sure that these military generals that are removed by Emerson, in fact, he wasn't removed, Valerio Spand, understands it very, very well. that if he lets retired General Chiwenga to fall, he is also the next to fall. Equally so, Anselm Senyato understand that if he lets retired General Chiwenga and Valerio Spanda to fall, he is also probably the next to fall. Same applies to the men that he appointed, he promoted yesterday. He also equally knows that if he actually let these generals to fall, they are bound to also fall. So I strongly believe that that dossier, which had no name, by the way, but was presented by retired General Chiwenga, was a dossier that was documented by the military working with the war veterans. You cannot in Zimbabwe disassociate. You know, for example, at the moment, individuals like Valerio Spanda, he doesn't have a military power at the moment. He's no longer a commander. He is now a retired military personnel, and he has joined a group of war veterans. And this thing might have been planned a long time ago. And at the moment, I can safely say the politics of Zimbabwe rest in the hands of the war veterans as well as also the military. These are the most influential people. They can seemingly look powerless, but they are the most powerful people. And one thing about them, they are united. It's very, very hard to dismantle any of them. And I remember one day saying, seniority in military counts. Retired General Chiwenga is the general who was leading Valerio Spanda. So militarily, as much as he has resigned and now he is actually a retired general, within the military ranks, he is still referred to as the boss of the current boss of the military, by virtue that he became the first general. Valerio Spanda is second in command. Now, whether they like it, I am of the firm opinion that in the next administration, I will borrow we should listen to Blessed Geza very, very serious. The noise that is happening today in Harare, Blessed Geza talked about it long time ago, if you were listening to him. He said, he told Gudagwa Shetagure, before we even knew that he was going to do all this. You know why I laugh? It is because I understand, and most probably I know, that means I know that what we are witnessing being done, a lot of people think, no, he's being excited and so forth. Okay, let's wait and see. Only time will tell. One day people will come and say, but this guy said it. Now, you know, this thing that is happening now in Harare, it's going to continue happening. That is done by Mnyaratsi Machachas. You know, sometimes on this channel, I get so bored to be repeating the same thing. That Machacha said something that he said last year and last of last year. Ziambi is saying thing that is, you know, I get so bored of repeating this because it's almost a replica. And I relegate it to noise. It is nothing less than a political noise. And the political noise, it ends in being political noise. Now, in ZANU-PF, there are people who are calling the shots. Mnangagwa is just a president. Of course, enjoying some degree of power in terms of making decisions. But there is a decision that he cannot make. And that is why he has been consistent for a long period of time of saying when it comes to 2028, I will hand over power. But the military and the war veterans have noticed that Mnangagwa is deceiving them. They know it. That's why, when Blessed Geza speaks, he speaks not only on behalf of himself. He speaks on behalf of Chiwenga, he speaks on behalf of the military, he speaks on behalf of the war veterans. These people are one. You will never hear at any point these three things. Sorry, not two things. Three entities I have mentioned. You would not hear them going against each other. At no point you would not hear them. Equally so, that is why Mnangagwa understand that. That is why you see that's I've been also saying and consistent in this. If you look at the noise that is taking place in Harare, who is attending that noise? I refer to call it noise. It will end at being noise, and mark my words. Now, if you look at who is attending that noise making, it is Ugandandas. It is very few politicians. They are also, they got, for example, Mnyaratsi Machacha. We got to know about him during Mnangagwa. Ziambi, these are not seniors in ZANU-PF, but seniors in ZANU-PF, like the likes of Chris Mutswangwa, although he is so mad, you know, he think he can be president. if Maninzi think he can also be the president, I'm laughing at this because he's not a presidential material. I think he should also consider maybe doing comedy. He's very good at it. You know, it can, and opening maybe a YouTube channel like this and spend the whole day just specifically on political comedy. And he can make a lot of money and get a lot of views and surpass even myself. So I am saying what is happening at the moment is noise. And noise is, you know, noise is bound to be heard by some people, especially who don't comprehend issues. But from where I am standing from, the decision to remove Mnangagwa was taken long time ago. It's just that dossier, if you listen to the content of the dossier, it spoke volumes. I can liken it to the press briefing that was undermined by people like Professor Jonathan Moyo, Herald coming to react on that statement, press briefing which was made by Chiwenga, undermining it, taking it for granted. I mean, it took some days for that press briefing to actually materialize into what was spoken into it. Same applies to that faceless dossier, but it has faces, but these faces decided not to actually attach their names. You will see what is written on the dossier is, you know, this noise is happening so that Blessed Geza said, Muchana Kiro. You know, it will be a nice drama, a very, 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 very nice drama. You know, some people will run. You know, these noisemakers, all of a sudden they will run. We will watch some actually apologizing. The day of reckoning, as Chiwenga said, it shall surely come. Remember, before presenting the dossier, he said, we will not let Zimbabwe collapse. Now, and get this, the interest of the war veterans and the military, as much as some of the things I don't agree with them, and I've said it a long time ago, but the interest of this group in Zimbabwe matters. If you go against this group, never politically survive. If you go against the war veterans, if you go against the military. This is the mistake that Robert Gabriel Mugabe did. He was managing it very, very well from the year 1980 up to maybe 2016 there. And then things, in fact, up to the time when there was Mchuru, the moment they removed Mchuru, brought Mnangagwa to his armpit, that is where everything began to go so very, very wrong. So, in my view, Mnangagwa is going, and it's going to be very, very soon, but he doesn't want to go, and he keeps on deceiving. If science, a clear sign, that does not need rocket science to tell you that Mnangagwa understands that he is going. I believe in individuals like Chris Mnangagwa have said it. They keep on, when they are given a microphone to speak, they keep on saying what he knows is that the president will finish his term in 2028. There are people who are saying the president should hand over power now because there is a secret deal that Chris Mnangagwa said these words in previous press briefings. Zimbabwe is not governed by a secret society. He would be telling you something. Which is this secret society? It is the military. It is also the war veterans. That is the secret society that Chris Mnangagwa is speaking about. They have told the J, and if you look at when he is talking about this, there is a lot of anger in him. He knows, he is told, this is what the war veterans are demanding. This is what the military is demanding. So in my humble opinion, as Blessed Keza said, he said, in the next administration, they will make sure that if the president is from Mashonaland, the vice president would be from Matebeleland. So we are bound to see one president, one deputy president. And in this view, the president may be Chiwenga, the deputy president may be Valerio Span. He is the second in command. And most probably, when Chiwenga retires, Spanda may come through, and the second in command most probably may be Senyatu, because the military has its people who are actually, and I'm sure also within the package there is also Blessed Keza, because he has played a very, very pivotal role. You know why I laugh? I remember Blessed Keza when he was saying, this time around I would not allow it to be used like a condom. So definitely something big. I'm not so sure in terms of seniority. He is number one, but he is also in the queue along others. As long as you are a war veteran, as long as you have been in active military duty, and you rise to the position of a general, and you become, for example, Matatu is also in the queue. Don't worry that Mnangagwa is, the miscalculation that is done by Mnangagwa. He is reshuffling military personnel thinking they can go against each other. There is a high probability that, of course, even if they go against each other, the majority will stand with the war veterans and the military. And that is my view. So it is so very, very close. And the trigger, listen to this, the trigger to this matter is the noise that is happening in Harare. Most of these guys have been given signals, especially the person who is endangering himself is Goodwill's Masimiremba, Budawashi Takurei, the family of Wicknell Chivayo himself, Ziambi, Daniel Kawe. These people have actually done a lot of unforgivable things. And also I think Mnyarat's Machacha comes into the fray. Some may survive. There are some who are singing about 2030 during the day, but at night, they are actually, I'm not so sure about George Charamba. But the way Temba Mliso, I've never seen anyway. George Charamba attacked Blessed Keza, but I've not seen him attacking retired General Chiwenga. He attacked only Blessed Keza, but not that too much. He's not into those issues that much. I'm not so sure. But I strongly, because some of them, they may be told, guys, sing this 2030, say it loud as much as you can, so that you stay within the cycle and you keep us updated about what is going on within. The military intelligence obviously has its deployees. within the political circles of Mnangagwa. And I can tell you, they have got all the data of what is happening and which stage are we in. When the trigger would be one, when Gudagwa Shetakurei is actually anointed to be the successor. The second trigger would be translating resolution number 1 into a national policy. That would be the second trigger. So these are the triggers. If they attempt to do that, you will see a movie, and we will be there anyway to refer you to these videos and others that we have done with almost similar content. Thank you very much for watching us. If you are watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us.